Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are using our 674 and our bale splitter to move some piles of branches. Now the field that we are currently in is the field that we're going to let the bullocks into, but we cannot let them into it yet because we're after spraying the rushes, and we have to leave them 2 weeks before we can put anything into it or do anything with the grass or anything like that. So 2 weeks before the bullocks can get into the field, and we're only giving them half of it. So there's a water drinker just above there. We'll be fencing just a small bit past that so that they have half of this field, but they'll be able to get water. And also, you might have remembered on my spraying the rushes in our silage field, which is just out there, that there was a big massive tree here leaning over the fence. And as I'm recording this video, as always, yesterday evening me and the owl man fixed up the fence here. We put new stakes down, but we also got the tree cut as well. Now I thought we were going to get rid of this tree altogether, which was the plan, and then we started cutting away, and then it turns out that this tree wasn't going to fall at all. The roots are keeping it up, so we decided to keep it there for the time being. Eventually we will cut it down, but for now it's going to remain there for the foreseeable future. But also we put down a couple of new stakes like this one here, and we also tightened up the wire a small bit as well, so it's nice and tight. There's a bit of slack in it because deers tend to go underneath it to get into the wood and into the field, or from the field into the wood. So if it was too tight and any deer got caught into it, the wire would be broke, gone, finito. So there's a bit of timber there from the tree that we cut down, and the piles of branches are from the branches of that tree that we cut down. So today, obviously, as I mentioned at the start, I'm going to use our bale splitter to back in, use the actual splitter to take a grip of the bushes, and then I'm going to be driving down this little farm track here down, and we're going to be dumping them in the wood out of the way. So I think there's 5 of them. There's a small one there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 5. And also we haven't witnessed anything like this in a while. It's t-shirt weather. It's that warm. I'm actually in my t-shirt, and the foreign object in the sky, from what I read up on, is the sun. So yeah, wait, the sun is out, the sun is back, thank God. But yeah, anyways, let's get these bushes moved. So I don't know how much of this you're going to hear. If you can hear me at all, I don't know, because the soundproofing in our international is not the best. So we have our load of bushes on the back, and hopefully there is a good grip on them. We're just heading now up to the woods. We're going to be dumping them. So, and that's the drinker just there. So we'll be fencing just above that drinker with electric tape, so that the bullocks still have water, and they'll also have plenty of grass as well. So obviously I have my first pile of bushes, been squirting them. Once I dump this one, there'll be 4 more to go. So it shouldn't take too long. And then I'll have to get either this tractor, the International, and our power box, or our 135 and our transport box to move up on to take any of the timber back home. But I won't be making any form of video of that. So we're just going up here now to the left. That's where we're taking them. Spin it around. And I guess I'll see you when I get there, because this track is going to be a bit rough. So yeah, I'll catch up with you when I get there. Okay, so we're here. The tractor's just there, so I'll have to back in. But it's here that I am going dumping them. Just where you see the other small pile of branches there. I'll have to back in very slowly into here because the ground is quite rough. It's not going to be smooth, so I have to take my time and make sure I don't break anything on the tractor, of course. But yeah, I could probably push this pile back a little bit further. I'm going to try and get back as far as I can. So this general spot here is where I'm going to be dumping the branches from the field up above there. So we'll get to it. We'll put the camera down somewhere and we'll get to dumping. Okay, first pile is down. I rammed in at speed, I guess, to try and push whatever was there before I put my load down back as far as back as I can get, because that's the first load. We have 4 more loads to go, and that was the smallest one. The next ones are quite big, so yeah, I don't know. I could try and see. I've a tree stump there, and a tree there, so it's a small bit of an obstacle course, but maybe I can sort of wiggle my way in and maybe dump a few loads here as well and try and get back as far as I can and try and just spread the pile out evenly rather than pile it up in one area and just have a mountain of branches. So yeah, I think we might do a couple of time lapses, see how we get on. And yeah, let's get more. Another thing I need to be careful of before I do go is that when I'm picking up the branches, this is a bit loose. So when I put the bale splitter down, this might start digging into the ground. So I need to be careful that it's not down at too much of an angle that this is digging in the ground, but it's not up at too much of an angle that I'm not picking up any of the branches that's lower down on the ground. So yeah, anyways, let's get back and get a few more loads in. And there you go. As you can see, the field is clear. We went with our last load just there. There's a few stragglers that fell off when I was picking them up, but I can pick them up by hand and just throw them into the ditch there. And there's a few stragglers along the pathway here as well. So that window's quite dirty, you cannot see much out of that. But a few stragglers in the field, a few stragglers out here. I just pick them up by hand and throw them in onto the ditch there. But yep, that is basically it. The field is almost ready for the bullocks, but it's just not quite there. There's another straggler just there. Again, straggler, I could just pick him up by hand and throw him in there onto the ditch. But the field is clear. Whenever I've time now, is to get the 135 and the transfer box, or the international and the power box, and pick up them, the timber there. But that's the tree cut, the branches picked up and gone. The fence tightened and secured. We just have to wait a week now, and that's the 2 weeks since we sprayed that field, and then we can let the bullocks out. And then that's the bullocks out, and they should be happy. Now the plan for them in this field is there's another straggler there, but they're supposed to, I think the plan is they're going to be out on this field for the summer anyways, until they're going to be brought inside. So when we fence half of the field with electric tape, and they'll be in this half here, for maybe a week or two we let them eat that down, maybe 3 weeks, and then we're going to go in to the other half that we've cornered them off on, and we're going to spray some bag manure onto it. And then after a couple of weeks, once they have that grazed, the other half then, where we shook the bag manure, should be, there should be plenty of grass in there then. And then once they're up that side of it, they probably won't come back down to this end, because they'll have it hopefully fairly grazed down to the ground as much as possible. So then when they're up in that section, we'll probably come back and spread some bag manure on this half and get the grass growing again. And then they'll be here in this field all summer until they be brought in back into the shed for the winter time. And that's the drinker there. So as I was saying, when we're giving them this half, we'll fence maybe a stake or 2 stakes up. So we'll either end the tape at that stake there, or that stake, or that stake. They're all old stakes, but we're giving them enough of room so that they can get at to the drinker. But it'll be cornered off. That'll be half the field taped. They'll be in on that side, and that's it. The field, we have to wait because the field is sprayed, but other than that, everything is almost ready to go. The field is almost ready for them to go out on. But branches are moved, and that is going to be the end of today's video. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my merch. The link to that will be down in the description. And I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.